717 Business Loans. From commercial mortgages to SBA loans or lines of credit and equipment and vehicle loans. 717 Business Loans. Big and small. We've done them all.
On Plymouth Street in the village of Hanoverton sit several historic buildings dating back to the early 1800s. Back then, the village was a stop on the Sandy Beaver Canal with a population of about 2,000. This building on the corner is the Spread Eagle Tavern and Inn.
That is actually the historic name of the tavern, and that stone marker between the second and third floor is a sculptured eagle with his wings spread wide, and it has the date 1837 for the year the building was built.
Dave Johnson, owner of the Spread Eagle, says his mother and father bought and restored the building in 1988.
They basically gutted the entire inside of the building and basically put everything back together like it would have been 180 years ago.
In fact, great pains were taken, Johnson says, to keep the building as original as possible.
All these windows, for example, these are the original windows that were in the building. Every room has a different pattern around the casings of the windows and doors and fireplaces, which is quite unusual, again, for that period of time. The idea was to bring this place back to life and to sort of create the atmosphere and the feel that you would have had in the 1800s. The idea was to create also a very high quality fine dining restaurant of the American European cuisine.
Here we have a 7-ounce smoked duck breast. We smoke it here in our own smoker. Pan hot, and we're gonna lay it fat side down so it gets a nice crispy skin on it.
William Michaels is the executive chef at the Spread Eagle Tavern. The dish he's preparing, smoked duck over a bed of candied sweet potatoes with butternut squash ravioli, is one of their most popular.
We have gourmet staff that are all degreed culinary artists. So it's not a place where you're just going to come to eat. It's a place where you're going to come to dine.
And there you have it. That's our butternut squash ravioli, pan-seared duck.
The tavern has 5 guest rooms for overnight stays and 6 dining rooms on 3 levels.
And this is we call the Patriots Tavern Room, with George Washington and Thomas Jefferson and this magnificent Revolutionary War flag in the middle, which is an original piece. This is the barn room. We have horse stalls turned into table stalls, and back in this little corner here, probably the best seat in the house, this is table number 1. If you're going to propose to your fiance, or you would come and you would ask for table 1.
Johnson's favorite is the Rathskeller in the basement.
And that's a German term for wine cellar. And this is exactly the way they were built. Reverend James Robertson, the leading abolitionist, and this was his son, who was a renowned physician here in town. This is a mock slave tunnel that we basically restored and rebuilt all of this. The tunnels would not have been this elaborate. They would have been dug by hand. But it's really just a great place to, be in a little corner of the world where you think you're in another time and another age and another world maybe. So if you come here on a weekend, typically, just about every room in the house will be booked with diners. We can seat approximately 170 people.
Adorning the walls in every room are small pieces of history, like this theater ticket to Our American Cousin in the Lincoln Room.
You're coming here not only for dinner and typically a special occasion, but you're coming to a museum where everything that you look at, from the furnishings to the paintings on the walls, all reminiscent of the great and glorious past of our country.
$717 Business Loans. From commercial mortgages to SBA loans or lines of credit and equipment and vehicle loans. $717 Business Loans. Big and small. We've done them all.